a good amount of people might say new year, new me. Why wait to be a part of that crowd? Why? I think that if you hear a lot of people saying, oh, the holidays isn't a good time to apply, zig where other people are zagging. Say, cool, yeah, you're totally right. And then go home and apply to jobs, you know? Welcome back to Answer the Call, where we help Christians discern their calling and practically land a job that's aligned with it. Today, we're answering this question in the title about, is it worth still applying to jobs during the holidays? Are there any blackout seasons in general for job hunting? That question comes up a lot in this season, but I've also heard people apply this idea that there's certain good and bad times to job hunt throughout the year. Like, oh, summer vacations, I shouldn't apply during the summer. In January, everybody's looking for a job, so increased competition. In the holidays, no company is hiring, so why even bother? I just want to go ahead and highlight that Audrey and I have genuinely heard it all, so we want to make this a brief and impactful episode to hopefully assure you of the truth instead of believing these myths that can create a year-round excuse to not apply to jobs, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the excuse is the key word there. Gosh, at the risk of sounding a little too harsh, people will do anything to delay their job search.
I mean, I
Yeah.
do know that it's change is scary, so there's always going to be some reason, I'm sure, that your mind may come up with reasons to not job hunt, and some of those might be legitimate sometimes. But I think that it's worth pointing out that before we go into these 5 reasons that the holidays are a perfectly fine time to apply to jobs, I'd like to call out that there is a distinction between those of you that know now is the time to apply to jobs. Maybe you are going through a season of unemployment. Maybe you do know that your company is at high risk of layoffs and you don't have the luxury of choice here. So, in this case, I just want to affirm your decision to continue applying to jobs throughout this holiday season as we're recording this in late October. But if you do feel like you have somewhat or a full luxury of choice of when strategically is the best time for me to apply to jobs, there are so many different factors to that. And I think it would require a one on one conversation with you to suss that out. But if there is any reasonable push in your life to say, hey, it's good to be proactive and continue to apply. I just want to take off the worry of your plate, off your plate, that it's never a good time to apply during the holidays for these 5 reasons. Is it okay if I just get right into it?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So, first off, maybe I should really just start with companies are hiring year around. There are, it's such a big world out there. It is um, really, really kind of crazy to me that people believe that it's just really not worth applying during the holidays. Because if you are seeing job postings on your favorite job board, let's call it, say, LinkedIn, then that means there is a hiring need. What are the odds that you would ever wake up one day, log on to LinkedIn, and not find a job to apply to? If you are incredibly niche in your pursuit, that might be the case. You might only find a few jobs a year that are open. Reasonable minds need to find the caveats here, but most likely you are not a, I don't know, archivist for indigenous artifacts in New Mexico. Most likely you are going for something with a slightly broader net, or not a broader net, but just more job openings. And so, just most likely, companies, you will always find job postings. So companies are always hiring. They always have a need year round. People go on parental leave. People get fired or quit. There's new openings constantly. So I also think that there is a budgetary reason and potential even benefit to applying toward the end of the year, because some companies, so oftentimes a hiring budget per department is set at the beginning of the fiscal year. So that if a company happens to follow the calendar year in January, December is going to be the end of their time to use that budget. I don't know who feels super rich right now, but some companies do happen to have a remainder of their budget that needs to be used before it expires. And so some companies, and particularly some industries, this is certainly true. I am trying to remember exactly what. I know that certain financial positions or positions within the financial sector are very popular to apply to at the end of the year because of this reason. So they need to fill open roles to use up their budget before the new year to ensure projects stay on track. So, third, if it's okay, I'm just blasting through,
Go
Audrey, because
for
I
it.
don't think that these need to be too complicated. I just want to be a breath of fresh air to show that there are some good reasons to apply now. This one is perhaps my favorite. Number three is that there may be less competition. If you wait along with many other people to start with a January New Year's resolutions job seeking goal, then I think that there is reason to believe that a good amount of people might say new year, new me. Why wait to be a part of that crowd? Why? I think that if you hear a lot of people saying, oh, the holidays isn't a good time to apply, zig where other people are zagging. Say, cool, yeah, you're totally right. And then go home and apply to jobs, I think that there can be less competition because some people who have the liberty to choose might choose to just focus on their holiday events, potential travel, and family obligations during this time. So you can use that to your advantage. Is there anything else that you want to add so far, Audrey?
I don't think so. Keep
Okay,
going.
yeah, these are pretty straightforward. So there can also be some seasonal contract opportunities. So maybe around the holidays there are new job openings, there is additional budget to hire, but um, there the company decides to post it as a contract position, temp to hire. So there can be an increase in seasonal and contract opportunities depending on your field that you're targeting, and you can use that to your advantage. I think that these can often be a stepping stone to a permanent position. I often also encourage career pivoters to be open to contract opportunities because it can give you a wonderful foot in the door to take something that maybe more seasoned people in that field aren't willing to, just for a time, to get in. And then those can often turn into full-time positions. So be encouraged about that. And lastly, y'all are likely stunned that I'm only 8 minutes or so in, and I'm about to finish my fifth point. Why not shake things up? But the fifth point is that there can be some more natural networking opportunities in this time. This is a time that invites holiday parties, family events. I know that we're already past September, but isn't September like the most popular month to be born? I
Yes,
think that.
it is.
So maybe you went to a lot of birthday parties in September. These can all be a great opportunity to just naturally share what's going on in your life and what you're looking for. That genuinely does produce opportunity sometimes. I've seen it frequently, even I often reference my husband's job search this summer. As he was connecting with people, they were so glad to hear what he was looking for next. And some really did have some good contacts for him to reach out to or connect with. So I want you to be encouraged that networking opportunities are like, bleh, I don't know. That term isn't necessarily the most energizing to me, but it really can create some very encouraging serendipity to, at Thanksgiving, tell your friends and family your goal and to see what can happen. You never know when Uncle Wayne actually knows some hero for you to reach out to, and it's a perfect connection.
Yeah, I I say this to our clients sometimes, and I say it a little tongue in cheek, but you can make, to a certain degree, job searching your personality. Like, tell people, you
Yes.
know? If it's, and you and I are big believers of this, if you're trying to achieve a goal in your life, why would you not tell every single person about it so you open up the opportunity for opportunities?
Exactly. I mean, that's my natural disposition. I don't even understand why people wouldn't talk about their goals to champion other people to their cause. So my mind doesn't even conjure like why not, but I do know I get I bump into pessimists and hold your cards close to your chest people all the time, and I'm like, what a waste of this one little life. help help people help you. Let them help you.
Mhm.
Goals are nothing to be embarrassed of. They're something to be proud of. You can also, if you feel like there is some shame around why you're job hunting right now, I would just invite you to know that there is so much grace for you this year. There have honestly been a tremendous amount of layoffs. There are so many people looking for work for reasons they never would have anticipated. You are not alone. And I think that people are much more prone to be gracious and to not assume that it's just your huge bag of character flaws that caused you to be looking for a job right now. So if there's like, the devil in your ear trying to say, be quiet, search alone, do it all on your own. It's embarrassing that you're even looking. Why are you pivoting? Oh my gosh. That is literally the enemy. That is the condemner. That is not the Lord your God. Jesus never condemns. That I mean, I hope I'm getting that right. I mean, isn't that a verse in Romans? The Holy Spirit convicts, but conviction and condemnation are very different. So, please, please just confess to the Lord if there's any reason that you really want to hide right now, and conduct your job search in private and ask Him what He wants you to know about that. And the truth will come. The Lord is willing and promises to give you wisdom where you ask for it. And also, more than willing to shed light on the things that the darkness is trying to like take over in your life. So please know that it's not embarrassing to tell everyone that you're looking for your next opportunity. And there's a way to phrase it in a chipper, optimistic tone without any hint of lack of confidence. I do think that you could just share it proudly. And that again gives people, you teach people how to act towards you. Um, so just say it proud and move on.
Beautiful. Well
I
said.
accidentally just kicked my cat, so I think I need to go repair that. I That's all that we've got. Please do keep on job searching. While there may genuinely be some delays with the interview process, given that there are some holidays coming up, that does not mean that the positions aren't legitimately open. There are always times of year where you run a risk that some hiring manager is actually out for the week and it slightly delays your interview process, but that should not be something that is more than a week delay. Yeah, again, even with my husband's job search this summer, his hiring manager and now boss actually was on a 3-week honeymoon. Apparently, this guy never takes a vacation. And the second he actually tries to take a vacation, a crucial role in the company opens up. That's his direct report. And Kevin was like, you got to make this work because I have another offer. And they got a hold of this guy while he was in Italy and still made the offer. And now Kevin's at that company. So did it delay it slightly? Yeah, but still you could push through holidays and it's totally, totally fine.
We still need the episode of Kevin giving us all the tea on his job search.
What am I doing? I need to get him on here. It was really cool to watch. That guy had 50 interviews.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
that is nuts.
Yeah,
50?
yeah, and he was only unemployed for 2 months.
Yeah, no, we need the
Yeah,
whole
he
episode.
had between 1 and 3 interviews a day. Isn't that crazy?
Okay, actually, scratch the episode. He needs to do an entire webinar.
Yeah, I actually think he needs to become a career
Yeah,
coach.
he needs to join. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
he is not interested, but but we'll see. We'll see what we could do. All right. I think that's it for this week's episode. We'll see you next week for a very exciting success story with a client that's coming on to share how she made her dream career pivot with us this year. Oh my gosh, it's going to be such a good one. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to today's episode. To get an even more meaningful head start into your calling, head to thecalledcareer.com, where my fellow career coach Audrey and I have created a whole suite of free resources and tools to help you get clear and get a job today. For those who are definitely ready to land a job or start a business in the next 6 to 12 months, we're here to help you biblically and practically discern your calling through coaching, reflection, and deep market research. Identify the job that's aligned with it, even if you currently have no idea what you want. Rebrand your resume and LinkedIn to translate your background to appeal to your future boss. P.S. We take this off your plate and do this for you. Also, we'll teach you how to land referrals and get attention from leadership through networking. Again, if that makes you nervous, we have these emails and LinkedIn messages literally written for you so you don't have to sweat. We're also here to give you unlimited interview practice so you're prepared to address every elephant in the room and knock selling yourself out of the park. Then we'll round out with helping you negotiate your salary so you land thousands more. Just so you know, recent clients have gotten $8,000 to $50,000 salary increases, even though they were totally non-traditional candidates. That's because we specialize in helping non-traditional career pivoters land jobs they're ecstatic to serve in. It takes work, but we're here to see you through until the end, when we're celebrating that day that you send me an email in all caps and you say, Kelsey, I got the job. Then you could be on the podcast. But I'll be here until then, keeping you accountable and encouraged by meeting with you literally until you land the job you want, even if that's up to 6 months from now within our program. Apply to join at thecalledcareer.com, and I'll see you next week here at Answer the Call. Bye for now.